We are here to talk basketball, and what's the best thing about this? No Ari. No, we're just kidding. We love you, Ari. Doug Maurice with Bill Landis. After Ohio State's win over Northwestern on Tuesday night, the Buckeyes moved to 7-5 in Big Ten play, 15-10 overall. And the question is, why are we even asking this question about what Ohio State's chances are for the NCAA tournament? Are we spitting into the wind when it comes to these chances, or is there some sort of realistic chance that this team could get it together enough to make the NCAA tournament?
The thing that I keep writing about, which probably drives people crazy, because I'm sure there are Ohio State fans who are asking the question you just asked, which is why even bother talking about the tournament when, at best, this has been an NIT team since December. There's still chances for good wins, and as long as those chances are out there to get those good wins, I think they have a shot at making the tournament. They have 3 games to end the season, 2 at home here against Iowa and Michigan State, and then at Michigan State to end the year. And then whenever it happens, crazy things happen in the Big Ten tournament. But there's an opportunity out there to get 3, 4, maybe 5 good wins that they don't really have right now. So as long as those chances are there, we're still going to talk about it, and we're still going to write about it.
Okay, so they have to capitalize on those chances. And what they have to do first is not lose these games along the line that make it so even if they would win those big games, it wouldn't matter. So beating Northwestern was big. Losing at Wisconsin did not help. They have Rutgers coming up. They have, Nebraska, Michigan and Nebraska coming up. They've got to win those games, right?
Yeah, they have to win those. I mean, they should win at Rutgers. Rutgers is winless in the Big Ten and a really, really bad basketball team. Michigan here is obviously not a guaranteed win. Michigan's a good team. Karis LeVert is supposedly healthy now, so he should play when Michigan comes in here next week. So that's a big game for them. That's the first of, if you want to call it 4 big games now the rest of the way, that's the first. Definitely they have to beat Michigan here to make those games at the end of the year important in any way. Okay,
so what do they have to do, though, looking ahead? What do they have to do to beat really good teams? You saw it when you were in Brooklyn. Was it in Brooklyn?
Yeah.
For the Kentucky win. Mm-hmm. Is it, and Trevor Thompson, I thought, looked really active and good at times against Northwestern. Is it good inside play? Is it better point guard play if Jaquan Lyles getting this sorted out? Is it Mark Loving being consistent? What is maybe the 1 or 2 things that have to happen for them to compete with teams like Iowa and Michigan State, who are Final Four contenders?
Yeah, I mean, it's a mix of all those things. I think probably the most important would probably be Jaquan Lyles at point guard. He's one of the most talented players in the Big Ten when he's playing the right way. We saw him score, was it 27 points against Wisconsin, and he was really the only reason they were in that game. They had no business being in it otherwise. So it starts with him and him playing well. He played really well against Kentucky. Wasn't a huge scoring night, but he played the point guard position well, which has been a struggle for him this year. So if he does that against those teams, that's obviously huge. The big thing I think to look at is, they played at Indiana, they played at Maryland, and in those games they got down by 10 and it was done. It was over. They were completely shook by getting down by a handful of baskets to good teams. It hasn't been that way lately, so they're going to go down when they play Iowa and Michigan State and Michigan. At some point, they're going to have to rally and find a way to get back into a game. Over the last few games, they've shown somewhat of an ability to do that, so I think that's the biggest thing, is just being able to sort of hang tough and maybe muck it up a little bit, make it ugly, and hope that you're in a spot to win the game at the end.
So we're going to pin it on you now. Bill Landis, the percent chance that Ohio State makes the NCAA tournament is
20. I don't know. That's probably really high. 20. I would say 20%. I think it is possible that they could beat both Iowa and Michigan State in this building. Maryland, for my money, is the most talented team in the Big Ten. I don't think it's really close if everyone's at their best. Maryland's the best team, and they played Maryland here and lost by 6 and had plenty of chances to win that game. I don't know if they learned from that, but if they can come in here against Iowa and Michigan State, who I think are a little less talented, a little less athletic than Maryland, I think they can come away with 2 wins that would be huge for their NCAA tournament resume.
That's an interesting answer and an interesting analysis. I think I agree with that. They've played some very interesting games with Michigan State over the years. It's going to be a very interesting little sequence to be home against Michigan State on February 23rd and then back at Michigan State to end the regular season on March 5th. I mean, to win both of those games would be like, are you kidding me? Yeah. But to even get a split would be great.
Yeah, I mean, a split, if they can, they obviously need to win one of those or we can stop having the conversation. But if they can get 2 out of 3 against Michigan State, Iowa, Michigan State, yeah, and then I think it's on, and then you got to do something in the Big Ten tournament.
All right, he's Bill Landis. I'm Doug Maurice. It's ramping up a little bit here. Bill will be at the game at Rutgers on Saturday, right? On Saturday. So stick with him for that. That should be a good win. But, again, it's one of those things where it's not just whether they win or lose. It's whether they're playing in a way that lets you think they have a chance to play with the best teams in the Big Ten. So, again, thanks for following our coverage here at cleveland.com. He's Bill. I'm Doug. See ya.